This video training is about how do you go about getting the right team on board. Understand, you cannot do everything on your own as the owner or optometrist, and therefore there are numerous tasks and responsibilities that you need other people to take care of. This can only be done if the right people are functioning at the right place within the optometric practice. A strong optometric team working towards a common goal, sharing common values, can take the business to high levels of success. Many practices tend to go about hiring process as a by the way kind of thing and don't take the necessary time and protocols of getting the right people on board. When you begin to scrutinize the hiring process, you find optometric practices being challenged with the following. Competency of optometrists. Well, there's a misfit between the academic, clinical, and business components of optometry. There's a misalignment of the values. Cultural synchronicity is very, very important. Business not having a unique culture that distinguishes itself from any other business. So culture plays a critical role within the optometric practice. Unspecified goals and an unclear vision to which the business strives for, thus leading goals and objectives being all over the place, and the individuals within the optometric practice being salary-minded individuals that instead of being vision-orientated individuals. And so that is something that becomes a very big challenge within optometric practices. Next, there's a leadership vacuum and within the business. Many practices confuse or mistake ownership for leadership. The result there being that there's a constant lack of employee training and development, let alone any form of leadership training. A key challenge that also exists within the optometric practices, there's a lack of trust between the owner and the team. Also, affordability. Here's the thing that we have seen as a business taking place within many optometric practices. The hiring of cheap labor with the hope that once they are trained, they will get to the level at which they need to be within the optometric practices. You hire cheap labor, they're going to produce in relation to what you are paying them. If you want the best, hire the best. Don't settle for anything less than the best, because the best is what's going to get your practice to be the best. Next, employee training. For example, if you're not training your team regularly, they're not producing that which the business requires them to produce. And so it's very, very important that very often on a month-to-month basis or on a bi-monthly process or on a quarterly basis, there's specific training that takes place within the practice. Set time aside for product training, people training, sales training, systems, protocols, procedures training. All of that needs to be in place on a regular basis within the optometric practice. There's a phrase that says that those closest to the leader will determine that leader's potential. Well, this is important with regards to delegating responsibilities. Most business owners make the mistake of putting all different types of caps required for the business or required for success of that particular business, instead of delegating authority and responsibility to the relevant individuals. And so it's very important that you understand that the right people need to be functioning in the right place. The wrong people need not to be functioning in the right place. So if you match things in terms of the wrong person in the wrong place, the wrong person in the right place, the right person in the wrong place, the right person in the right place, all of that has different results within the optometric practice. So it's very important and critical that you understand that the greatest value of teamwork in an optometric practice is that it affords more human resource capacity, creativity, innovative ideas, energy, multiple perspectives, several alternatives, maximum potential and ability, efficiency and effectiveness, and of course, increased productivity. So if you're not investing in the team is not investing in the business. And if the team is not investing in the business is not getting to the level it's got the potential of going into. So the quickest and most effective way to grow your business is to grow your team. And you have to understand that you cannot grow your team for yourself. You have to grow your team for them. Then they will, out of their own way, see the potential they have within themselves and what role they play within the practice. The strength of the team is always going to be impacted by its weakest link. Team members who don't carry their own weight slow down the progression of the entire team. For example, late coming, incompetence, not doing the job that they're getting paid for. The bigger the difference in competence between team members, the greater the detriment it will be for the business. So the most important thing to remember is that everything that happens in the business is a direct reflection of the leader at all times. Nothing else, nothing more. People buy into the leader first and then the business. So where is the leadership at the current moment? Are you the boss or are you the leader? So now that we have highlighted these various scenarios which directly influence your business or indirectly influence it, what is the way forward? Where do you begin in building the right team for your business? So we'll give you some clear strategies in terms of what is the step that you need to follow in ensuring that you've got the right team on board. We start off with recruitment services. This is what you should be expecting from a recruitment company that you work with in finding the right employees for your company. Candidate profiling and requirements gathering. So this is very, very important that you are clear on the position, you are clear on the business and the position that you need to fill. If you're wanting an eyewear consultant, what other value is that person going to be bringing into the team? So the candidate, the recruitment company needs to show to you, indicate to you what candidate profiling has been taken or done for that individual in relation to their job requirements. Advertising and sourcing of candidates. Don't just fill positions. You want to make sure that you've got the right people on board. So when you advertise, let it be clear the standard at which your business is operating at and the type of person that the recruitment company needs to be looking for needs to suit the type of practice that you are operating on or that you have. Screening and interviewing needs to take place. Profiling and CV presentations. You want people that stand out. People that will fit into the culture, into the leadership, into the vision of the organization. So checks and psychometric assessments need to be done. Clear employee contracts. Have those uncomfortable conversations with employees from the onset. It sets the tone for 6 months down the line, a year later, 2 years later, in terms of what the business does, what is expected from that individual, what they can do to go the extra mile. Those are very important conversations that are needed, and client support. So you cannot just be communicating with a recruitment company as a by the way thing. You're just looking for people because someone left. No, take that process seriously, because the more serious you take it, the more serious it becomes. So vision and the value of the business should be in place. Culture fit of that individual with current team members needs to be taken into consideration. Does this person have trials of a catalytic behavior in their previous working environment? Next, human resource. Your practice needs to develop a people infrastructure that focuses on the following: policies and procedures development, performance evaluations and appraisals, as well as job analysis, remuneration package setup, HR audits, managing employee files and records, team building, mentorship, strategy development. These are things that should be part of your people infrastructure as under human resources. Optometric practices tend not to be focusing on this, yet all other businesses prioritize the human resource capacity of the practice. Next, psychometric assessments. There are numerous available tools and resources available that can assist your business with the following: aptitude testing. This has to do with competence and intellectual capabilities. Personality tests like DISC, emotional intelligence, purpose and vision assessments. These are assessments that are necessary for your practice. And then training. Get outside help if need be from companies that specialize in training and development for the following: skills audit, skills development, effective communication, people development and management, and various training assessments. You need to make sure that your people are not complacent, that they are always evolving and getting to the next level. And so what is the take-home message in all of this? The highest return on investment for a company is brought about by high levels of teamwork. Victor Hugo, actually, we have mentioned this earlier before, but we'll say it again. He's quoted in saying, "No army can withstand the strength of an idea or team whose time has come." That simply means that when a team functions together as a unit, nothing can stop or limit their growth potential and that of the organization. A team that functions together grows together and multiplies that organization's effectiveness to the highest level. It is better to have a great team with a weak vision than to have a great vision with a weak team. Nothing functional or fruitful can ever come from a great vision with a bad team. Your team is important. Don't have anyone on your team who is not fitting into what you want to achieve, who's not pulling their weight, who's not bringing their A game, who has been trained, developed, equipped, but still not coming to the party in terms of getting to the level that they need to be at. So remember the following: when the leader grows, the team grows and the business grows as well. The leader only grows as far as he or she is willing to sacrifice for their vision. The team can only go as far as the leader can go. And the business can only grow as far as the people are willing to go. So that's basically it. You need to get the right team on board. Otherwise, you're compromising on the capacity of your optometric practice.